Hi, I'm Dustin Godfrey with Castanet News, and I'm joined today by Tarik Sayeed, the BC NDP candidate for the Penticton riding. As we have done with MLA Dan Ashton, as well as Connie Salmark with the BC Greens, we're going to talk to you about your perspective on what the issues are in this upcoming election.
Sure.
So, yeah, can you just give us a little bit of a brief outline?
Yes. First of all, though, right now it is election season. The writ has dropped. So Mr. Dan Ashton is not an MLA. He's running to be an MLA, just like myself and Colin.
Incumbent.
Yes.
So, yeah, can you give us a brief outline of what it is that you're kind of running on here?
Yes, my name is Tarik Sayeed, and I'm the BC NDP candidate for the Penticton riding, which includes Naramata, Summerland, Peachland, and Penticton. The reason I'm running is because I believe in John Horgan, the leader of the BC NDP party. And one of the three key issues that I keep hearing all the time is that affordability is big here, and so is the education and also the mental health situation that we have here in Penticton. It has been too long with the BC Liberals. 16 years of BC Liberals is just too long, and we just cannot afford another 4 years of Christy Clark.
Sure. And you mentioned a couple of the things that I want to talk about here. But first off, I guess let's go over, you are a first-term councillor here in the city of Penticton.
Yes.
You know, Dan Ashton, when he jumped into the provincial arena, he'd been mayor for 2 terms, he'd been a councillor, he'd been on the RDOS, I think he chaired the RDOS board. So do you think that that you're quite ready for making that jump?
Absolutely. The reason I say that is for a few reasons, and the viewers needs to know that. Why? First of all, when he was the mayor, I was managing a large corporation in management. So not only do I have the 16 years of management experience, but I do understand the local issues that is happening right now in Penticton. I am more connected with the citizens, and I am more involved and engaged with the citizens right now. So yes, absolutely, I'm ready for this. And when we are door knocking, I've been hearing all the time, 4 more years of Christy Clark, they're fed up of it. So we need to do something, we need a change, and we need a positive momentum in Penticton.
Sure. And so to get on to one of the topics that you mentioned, education. Well, you know, one of the issues that's really been riled up a lot of the community here in Penticton, and I mean the Okanagan in general, is the issue of school closures. Now you've said that you were at the rallies in favor of keeping the schools open, but I mean we are an aging population. The average age in Penticton has gone from 47 years old to 48.7 years old. Enrollment in the school district here has gone up by about 30 students altogether. So at what point though is there not enough students to fill a school?
It is a question that you have asked me, and I take it seriously. I think what we need to focus on is not just the population, but the way the education funding is. Having and deciding which schools are closed based on the number of students we have, I think it could be done better. What we need to do is, because for rural communities, it should be a different model of deciding how the school closure should be, or whether we should have more funding for these schools. So to answer your question, we do need more funding. I've been on those public school hearings when people were there. Kids were begging. No, parents were begging and kids were crying. If you have been there, I think I would like to say that from the bottom of my heart, your question would have been in a very different angle. So you were not there, I understand that, but I'm just sharing with you on a personal level. Kids and parents and families have been suffering for too long. Enough is enough. We need to move forward.
Sure. So now I want to jump to the issue of affordability, and specifically I actually wanted to look at the BC NDP has argued that, I mean the BC NDP says that it'll raise the minimum wage up to $15 an hour over a four-year term. But now one of the arguments that proponents will say is that raising the minimum wage will actually help the businesses by putting more money into the local economy. But if that is the case, then why don't you see small businesses rallying in favor of it?
They are. I have spoken to a handful of business owners right here in Penticton, and I've asked for their feedback as to what do you think? Do you support it or not? One of them is actually right on Main Street. I don't think it would be fair to give their business name, but I had those conversations, and what they have told me is, Tarik, we do support it, but the only request we have is that you don't do it overnight. And those are good feedbacks that I've taken, and the party listens to. We did not come up with the $15 minimum wage on the fly. We took feedbacks, we took engagement sessions, and what we will be doing as the BC NDP government is raise $15 minimum, up to $15 minimum wage, and we will do it over the 4 years term. I think that's the right way to do this, and the small business community is supportive of that.
Thank you. That's been Tarik Sayeed with the BC NDP party for the riding of Penticton, and for Castanet News, I'm Dustin Godfrey, and thank you.
Thank you.